When DICE came out with Mirror's Edge in 2008, I'm not quite sure if they were aware of the impact that would make in the gaming industry. They also probably didn't expect the friction with EA to feel like a failed marriage. The only games that come to mind that offered a similar parkour experience would be maybe the Sense of Time trilogy, the original Assassin's Creed, and a neat game called Freerunner. Very original. I probably missed some games, and I'm pretty sure some of you will leave a comment and tell me how I missed something, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't really that noteworthy to begin with. Hope I didn't insult anyone with that. Prince of Persia gave us the acrobatic action-adventure experience. Assassin's Creed gave us more verticality and freedom to approach the map on any rooftop and however we want. And freerunning just made things annoying. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a cool game and all, but the way the parkour works in that game is a really manual. It's more Tony Hawk's Pro Skater than it is an adventure, and it's definitely more style over substance in the way that the parkour works in that game. It promotes more flips rather than efficient traversal of your environment. But I digress. What Mirror's Edge brought was a truly interesting perspective on what it is to do parkour. It could be the first-person perspective, the wind whooshing beside you when you run, the hearing the protagonist's heavy breathing when running away from the police, like they stole a bag of Doritos from a gamer playing Halo. Or the sound of death that it offers when you inevitably go on a date with gravity. And this is basically what I wanted to get right now with this. Mirror's Edge does an incredible job at conveying the fear that you feel when running on rooftops without the inconveniences. If you go on YouTube and look at any POV parkour video, you'll see where the inspiration probably came from. Or the other way around, most likely. What I'm saying is that people who worked on it really made sure to see what you need to see and most likely feel, or get as close to feeling the same things. The sounds, the dangers, and adding on top of the whole illegal running activity and police chases that fill the game with adrenaline. At least enough to where you can still have fun, but suspending your disbelief that you are still playing a video game. Like, for example, in Prince of Persia, if you fail, you don't really have that much to worry about. You not only have the third-person perspective to not make you vomit, but also have the safety in mind that you have the sense of time to save you when you're about to experience reincarnation. Or even later games, like for example Dying Light. It's a very similar style, a lot of first-person parkour action and enough depth into it that you don't necessarily feel like the game plays itself, but you still feel in control and you can do whatever you need completely easily. But the simple fact that you have a world full of zombies and combat that's way more emphasized makes you feel a bit safer in that regard. But the simple fact that it's a zombie land just challenges your suspension of disbelief. In Mirror's Edge, there are no zombies, there are way fewer weapons and way less frequent than in Dying Light, and combat, as counterintuitive as it feels going past the halfway point of the game, is less encouraged and more challenging. It's easier to swing an electric fire great hammer in Dying Light than it is to try and counter-hit a policeman with a gun trying to bash your face in. And you can also experience this in real life as well. It's credible, the whole environment is credible. I do not recommend it though, it's bad for health. Guns also behave more like in Sleeping Dogs, for example, than maybe COD. Working more of a temporary upgrade that you end up using in a pinch. You use it, you run out of ammo, and you throw it away. Like your hopes and dreams. The game encourages you to avoid combat, but sometimes it just puts big guys with big guns in your way, and without being a speedrunning god, good luck trying to avoid combat. Besides, guns don't save you from gravity. But if you haven't played it so far, you might be thinking from what I'm explaining right now is that this is the Dark Souls of shooters or something. I hate myself for saying that, but it's not that bad. There's one single tip that I can really give that will help all of you guys if you haven't played it so far. This game came out in 2008. What did you do to your life? What the fuck? Take your time. Yeah. There's this huge misconception about the old Sonic the Hedgehog games that the entire marketing of those games emphasized. Everyone says, gotta go fast. But realistically, when you try to do that, it ain't working. The game's not really built like that. If you're a beginner and just speeding through the levels, you will hit an obstacle, drop all your rings, and straight up die. Dr. Robotnik or Eggman or whatever name you fancy yourself to use will have hedgehog soup after you die in Green Hill Zone. Your first playthrough usually goes slower than that. It asks you to make time to avoid danger and finish levels properly. Later on, once you get used to it and you learn the level layouts, then you can worry about using speeding and trying to get better times. But why do I bring the blue hedgehog boy that has a weird fan base lately in the discussion? Well, it's simple. It's basically the same thing here. Gameplay-wise, not the community. Ugh. Mirror's Edge does throw you some bones here and there in your way in the form of the Alt key or whatever you use on console. I'm not quite sure. I'm playing on PC, so yeah. But you can use the Alt key to snap the camera towards your destination to get a general idea of where you need to go. And runner vision, which is basically yellow paint, but it's red, and you can turn it off. In most of my footage, it's off since I did play it like 4 times in my entire life, and I just decided to play without it. I find that the devs have some pathways for you, which is helpful if you're a beginner, but I ended up making more mistakes than I had done the normal route when I tried to use that. I would have times where I would run, I would have my flow going, I was quick, I was doing stuff, and because I was basing my orientation around runner vision, sometimes it didn't trigger in time. It was a delay or it jumped off later than expected. It just ruined the whole run. It basically creates everything that you use in parkour red in a way to tell you where you need to go. And that's why I compared it to the yellow paint in most games like Uncharted. Because you want to look where you need to go and you're gonna find it. You can see, okay, you can climb there. You're gonna treat it like an idiot, but there's neither here nor there. It's not the discussion for this time. Pipes and ladders you can climb, boxes and planks you can jump off, and stuff like that will turn red and show you what you need to use to progress to the level. Yeah, if you're a beginner, use it. If you played it for a couple of times, try without it. Yeah, try and experiment. For example, in this part of the intro, when you do the tutorial, normally it asks you to jump over. What I did, and what I tend to do now, because it feels more natural even though I take damage, is I wall run on the wall that has spiky wires on the top, and I just wall run jump over that. Yeah, I take a bit of damage, but it feels more natural and it doesn't really stop my flow. And I think it may be a bit faster than normal. I got a good kick of it from replaying it this time. It's interesting because it's been a long time since I replayed it. I played it twice initially when I started, and then I started playing this again twice. That's 4 times, math. And I really enjoyed it. I don't think I'm not gonna have a moment where I don't enjoy this game. I know that we also have Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I'm not gonna speak about it too much, except for this mention, of course, in this video, because I think the majority of the stuff, especially in the experience and maybe parkour elements, can be recreated and re-experienced through Catalyst as well. But let me know in the comments, have you played Mirror's Edge? And what do you think about it? And if you did play it, how many times did you die at this stupid jump? Like, I swear to God, what the fuck is wrong with this jump? Let me know if the fear factor that I was talking about is something that you also feel, or maybe I'm just going crazy. I might be losing it for a little bit, not gonna lie. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.